Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We are located in Fredrick, Colorado. My name is Larry Vickers. Really excited about the truck that I'm going to bring to you today. There aren't very many of them out there. Plus, we get a little bit of a blast from the past. This is a 2016 Freightliner M2 112. The conversion is Summit Hauler. The truck has just a touch over 55,000 miles, so it's very low miles. It was bought here originally, spent its life over in Durango. They used it to haul horses from rodeo to rodeo and show to show. That type of thing is what the truck was used for. As you can see, it is our old body style. And what makes that unique, and what a lot of people really like, including myself, is you have 3 storage compartments. So there's one in the rear, and as we come forward, 2 up here. And as we open that up, it is lined, but these aren't connected. See, my arm can go all the way back there. So that is a really large storage compartment. You can put a lot of belongings in there. So that's a big advantage to this body style. As we come forward, 2 50-gallon fuel tanks. One there, one on the opposite side. As the truck is sitting in rest, that fuel balances itself out. But when you go to fuel your truck up, you're going to do that independently. DEF tank located right here. As we come forward, this is the trickle charger that assists the batteries in maintaining power. Right here is the block heater. So it's definitely a good idea to plug that truck in. Now, as we come around and take a look at it from the front, and as we start at the ground and work our way up, the bumper is broken into 3 sections. So if we get in an accident, something happens, say we ding this up right here, we can simply replace that section without having to do the entire bumper. We're going up to the grill. We see that it's huge because this engine simply demands a ton of air intake. So that is why that grill is so large and has so much space and room in it. We're going up to the hood. That hood is made of compressed fiberglass. Consequently, it is very tough and durable. We had a hailstorm come through that demolished the pickups, but by taking a look at the hoods of the Freightliners, you really couldn't tell anything had happened. As we continue on up to the windshield, one advantage Freightliner has over all competition is visibility. And there's a couple of things that contribute to that. One, as you can see, is the size and the volume of the windshield. That, and as we come over here and take a look just at the design of the truck, this will show you another reason why we can see so much. See how narrow that is up there? As it comes down, it progressively gets a little bit wider, but we're only this wide at the base. So if we take a look from the side, see how that windshield kind of wraps itself around? So we're able to see things here and along the sides as well. So compare that to a pickup, or perhaps more importantly, a Peterbilt or a Kenworth, where you're basically like an autopilot and you can't see things. This is huge. This is the big block engine. This is the Detriot D13, coupled with the Allison 4200 TRV transmission. This offers 505 horsepower and 1,850 foot-pounds of torque. So, not only are you able to tow an extreme amount of weight, but you're able to do that safely as well. Next, we'll come on in and take a look at the tires. These are brand new tires. I realize the truck just had the 50,000 miles on it, but they were over 5 years old, so I swapped them out. Those are Toyos 295 75 R22.5. A unique thing about the Summit Hauler conversion right here, those are tire balancers. So those have BBs and a little bit of hydraulic fluid. So when you're driving, as you pick up speed and gain momentum, that balances the entire rotating mass. Well, what does that accomplish? Well, things are safer if everything is balanced. In addition to that, it makes for a more comfortable ride, and it will extend tire life up to 40%. This truck is stock number 5U241527. As we take a look inside the driver's seat, one thing that really jumps out is that it's not black. I mean, it's very hard to find any vehicle anymore that the interior isn't black. The driver and passenger seat is air ride. Those adjustments can be made right here. Underneath, we find a small pedal. That is to adjust the steering wheel while sitting in the driver's seat. In addition, it comes with a kill switch. This truck is designed to do long trips, and therefore it's going to be sitting a little while in between those. So by utilizing that kill switch will help prolong the life of the batteries. As you can see, you can start the truck from the ground. To do that, turn the key halfway. Give it a second and let those gauges go all the way over and back. And then go ahead and start the truck. The back seat makes down into a bed simply by pushing a button. I have checked with the DOT. This qualifies as a bed. And this makes it a really convenient for people, because as this truck is designed to go coast to coast, you can drive your allotted time for the day, simply find a spot, pull over, make that down into a bed and rest for the allotted time required by law before you can start your travels again. And then simply put it back up to the normal sitting position, and away you go. So as we focus on the bed of the truck, as you can see, it's a little different. It's lined up here with that little bit of a slant, and as we take a look from behind, we'll start at the top and work our way back. Right there is the backup camera. As we come on down, we see the Summit Hauler badge. As you can see, it was previously towing a gooseneck trailer. That can be easily converted into a fifth wheel if you choose to do so. Back here is a connection for the Voyager system. Now that's the same system that the backup camera uses. So if you are in need of more cameras, examples would be, I've had people put them in horse trailers. You can install that into that Voyager plug there. Beside it is where we hook up the lights for the trailer. As we come on back and down, under this plate is the hitch for the bumper pull trailer. Now as we come on around, a unique thing about the Summit hauler conversion is there's extra weight over that rear axle. There's between 700 and 800 pounds in the rear end. Well, why do we do that? Well, if you take a look from the side, you can tell, obviously this truck isn't balanced. So, by putting extra weight there, it helps prevent crow hopping as you're going down the road. In addition to that, it helps with hydroplaning, and it helps with traction if you find yourself in mud. Now, I realize that pickups can tow a large amount as well as this truck. They have 500 horsepower pickups. So what's the difference? Well, safety is the big one. Let's talk about the brakes real quick. Compare the brake pads of a F350 or 450 dually compared to the brakes on this. It's not even close. These are substantially larger. Consequently, you can rely on them more. They're going to be more durable and last longer. Another advantage to this truck over pickups is from an economic standpoint. It's not uncommon at all to find $100,000, $110,000, $120,000 pickups. So you are going to pay a little bit more for this truck up front. But guys, you can get 1,000,000 miles out of this truck if you take care of it. Compare that to the 1-ton dualies, where data is proving 250 to 300,000 miles max is all you can do with them. So from an economic value, the advantage falls to this truck. So we've talked about two of them already. We've talked about the safety standpoint and the economic advantages that fall to this truck. Another one is comfortability. I mentioned that both these seats are air ride. Look how much space is involved here. Under here gives us access to the cab air filters. As we take a look from the ground, this view really captures what we're talking about in terms of room and space and comfortability. Plus from here, we can get a shot of the DVD player as well. Well, let's crawl on in and take a closer look. So if we look directly in front, this simply confirms what we were talking about on the outside. See how large that windshield is? And because of the design of the truck, we can see things coming from the side as well. As we look at this specific truck, see how the dash wraps around so this isn't flat. Consequently, it's easier to make adjustments during your travels. This is the engine brake. If you turn that on high, let's compare the engine brake to an exhaust brake on a pickup. The exhaust brake does exactly that. It restricts exhaust, therefore slowing the pickup and the trailer down. This is a true engine brake. So in this particular case, if you're towing a sharp load coming down a decline, you're going to have over 500 horses coming back at you. Obviously, that is much safer than the exhaust brake because this will slow everything down, making things safer for you and your family and the other drivers on the road as well. Trailer brake located here. It comes with an automatic transmission. Right now, we're neutral with the brake on. When we go to start our travels, simply release the brake, R for reverse, D for drive, and we're on our way. You can't turn it into a manual transmission simply by pushing this mode button and using those arrows to shift your gears. Up here is cruise control. Here's the locks. These are for the windows. As we come on over, mirror heaters located right here. This is the regen button. Chances are you're never going to have to use that because it's designed to clean all the exhaust out during your travels. That would be more for people that are making really short trips, for example, in big cities, stop and go type stuff. It might get to the point where it tells you you need a regen, and that simply blows all the stuff out of the exhaust. This locks the differential. This is the dump valve that lets all the air out of the bed of the truck. So you would use that when hooking up your trailer. Let all the air out, utilize your backup camera, which is right above the steering wheel, simply back underneath your trailer, let all the air back in. So all you need to do is jump out and basically secure everything before you start your travels. The truck is already equipped with air lines, so if your trailer does require air, we can simply put the glad hands wherever you want them, and you can hook them up to your trailer and you're good to go. Climate control located right here. As we open up the console, more things, you can see a large amount of room there. In addition to that, this particular truck comes with a CB radio already installed. So as we review, this is a 2016 Freightliner M2 112 with 55,000 miles. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at 303-684-3404. You can also email me at larry.vickers@transwest.com, or for more information, simply click on the link below. Thanks for tuning in today.